So the next thing I want to talk about is analyzing harmony. This is really big for me. We often fall into the trap of memorizing chords instead of memorizing harmony and harmonic functions. And there's two important things to realize. So it's how the group of notes in the harmony are being used and how it's functioning. And what are the chords that come immediately before and after the harmony. Once you've mastered these two, you'll be able to manipulate notes and different harmonies to fit various functions, which can be pretty cool. Let's take it slow and let's take some time to go through some examples. And this is how rootless voicings can get a little tricky too. So if I take this group of notes that I just played, if we look at it closely, this group of notes can be labeled as a few different things. We can call it a G minor 7 flat 5. We can also call it a B flat minor 6, right? So the B flat would be the 1, the D flat would be the minor 3rd, F would be the 5, G would be the 6, right? It just looks a little funny. We can also call it an E flat 9, just rootless, right? If we have an E flat in the bass, the G becomes the 3rd, the 5th is the B flat, the flat 7 is the D flat, and the F is the 9. We can also look at this as an A7 flat 9 flat 13. Alright, so the G is the flat 7, the D flat or C sharp is the 3rd, the F is the flat 13, and the B flat is the flat 9. So all these different possibilities just go to show that the harmonic qualities aren't determined by what the bass note is. The bass note just provides us with a letter name or what the harmony is functioning as. So when there's a G in the bass, the harmony is functioning as a G minor 7 flat 5. And there's an E flat in the bass, the harmony is functioning as an E flat 9. And there's a B flat in the bass, the harmony is functioning as a B flat minor 6. When there's an A in the bass, the harmony is functioning as an A7 flat 13 flat 9 or flat 9 flat 13. So our goal really is to develop the awareness of the harmony's potential and the multiple ways that it can function, essentially. So what I mean by that is you want to get to a point where you can view the harmony as an entity of its own, as opposed to memorizing that this is always a G minor 7 flat 5 or this is always a B flat minor 6. You want to get to the point where you realize that the harmony is what it is, regardless of what the bass is. The bass is just there to give it a letter name and a function. And so I know it may be a little tricky to get right now, but I promise you it'll make more sense. So let's do a few different examples of me using this harmony to fit some different functions. If the harmony is functioning as a G minor 7 flat 5, then it's going to go to a C7, right? All right. If it's functioning as a B flat minor 6, we can approach that B flat minor 6 with an F7 flat 9. This is without the bass. This is with the bass. All right. Let's say it's functioning as an E flat 9. Okay. So let's approach the E flat 9 with a B flat 7 chord. So 5, 5 up, 5 to 1. Let's do a B flat 7, sharp 9 flat 13. All right. Going to the E flat 9. Okay, what if it's functioning as our A7, flat 9, flat 13, right? So we would probably go to a D minor 9 or a D minor of some sort, but I just prefer the 9 just because of the way the flat 13 resolves to the 9 of the D, right? We're now seeing that it's the chords that come before and after the harmony that determines its function, right? So because the C's coming after this harmony, that's what lets us know that this is functioning as a G minor 7 flat 5. When the F7 flat 9 comes before, that lets us know that the harmony is functioning as a B flat minor 6. All right. When the B flat 7 comes before it, that lets us know that it's being functioned as an E flat 9. When the D minor 9 comes after it, that lets us know that it's functioning as the A7. Now that we have an understanding of analyzing harmony and using the same harmony or group of notes to create different functions, let's go through a few different examples to see how we can actually apply this concept to real life scenarios. So we're going to take the same harmony, right, and use it through a few different functions. And so that'll give us a chance to see really the power of being able to separate the harmony from a specific function, right? From basically knowing that this doesn't always have to be a G minor 7 flat 5, or doesn't always have to be a B flat minor 6, and so on and so on. So we'll use Georgia on My Mind. Let's say we're in A flat. So we're gonna go from A flat to C7 to F minor 7. Just the first 3 changes. So right. So right off the bat, we see the A flat going to the C7. So we can use the G minor 7 flat 5 to approach the C7, right? So we can do, and then use the G minor 7 harmony right in front of the C7. Okay, so knowing that, what I'll do is I'll create a melody from the G minor 7 harmony. So I'll do something like, so the melody is, so that'll be my counter melody. And this is where the previous lesson comes in handy with being able to harmonize melodies with drop 2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our G minor 7 flat 5 drop 2 harmony and harmonize this melody with it, okay? So it's gonna sound like, so on, it's on, okay? So that's how it would function as a G minor 7 flat 5. And so just really quickly what I did, G minor 7 flat 5, drop 2, then I inverted it up, then inverted it up again, and this is where the melody comes back in, and I resolve to the C7. So right. So now let's use the same harmony and have it function as an E flat 9. Okay, so the example we'll now use is Amazing Grace in the key of E flat. So the beginning. All right. So the B flat 7 going to E flat 7, going to A flat. So we're going to use the B flat 7 to bring us to this E flat 9 harmony. And again, what I'll do is I'll create another melody and then harmonize that melody with our drop to E flat 9 voicing. And so this is the Amazing Grace melody. Okay, and this is the counter melody that I'm going to use to harmonize the E flat minor 9 harmony. This is how they line up together. So. So here's my E flat 9, and my 3rd on the bottom, my flat 7 on top, my flat 7 next, then my 9, and then my 5th. Then I inverted it up, then I inverted it up one more time, added that little grace note, then got to my A flat. Okay. So another way to use this harmony is B flat minor 6, right? Let's say we're in the key of F, and we're playing a B flat minor 6 over F and then resolving to F. I know we hear that progression all the time. All right. And so, again, what I'll do is I'll create another melody and then harmonize that melody with the B flat minor 6 drop 2 voicings and then resolve to F. Yep, so this is the melody that I'm gonna do. And this is how we're going to harmonize it. Okay, so notice the first drop 2 chord I played was not a B flat minor 6. It's actually an F7 flat 9 rootless. Right? And so that's from the example we did earlier. So it's just like a 5-1 approaching the B flat minor 6. Let me spell that out for you. So I have my 3rd, my flat 7, my flat 9, my 5, going to B flat minor 6. My 1, my 5, my 6, and my minor 3rd. So by now we should be getting a good idea of the liberties and the freedom that we get from just viewing a group of notes as harmonies, as opposed to just this is this chord and only this chord. You know, we're seeing the different implications and how the harmonies can function in multiple ways, but it's all based off of our perspective, right? And so we want to get to the point where we're able to look at harmony as, like I said before, as something of its own, and this is really just the foundation of some of the stuff that we're going to get to later on as well. But analyzing harmony is very crucial, and understanding how harmony works outside of the bass. And what I mean by outside of the bass is outside of the letter name, outside of its function, and being able to realize that the harmony doesn't have to function this one way. it can function multiple ways because the harmony is the harmony regardless of what the bass is. Okay, so those were some examples of how to use the harmony within its function based on its surrounding chords, right? But so now that we kind of get the concept of harmony being this free thing that's not really bound to a specific bass note or type of thing, what happens if we borrow or alternate chords and functions within a set progression? What I mean is, if a C7 comes after this harmony, we can assume that it's functioning as a G minor 7 flat 5, right? If a F7 flat 9 comes before, we can assume that it's functioning as a B flat minor 6. But what if a C comes after it, but we use it as if it was functioning as a B flat minor 6, right? So now we're taking the harmony and its function and moving it to a different function. But this works because the harmony doesn't change. So that means that the resolution won't change. The only thing that's going to change is its surrounding chords, but we're still going to resolve to the same harmony. So let's do a few examples just to get a better understanding of that. Let's use Georgia on My Mind. Okay, so the progression is A flat 7, A flat major, going to C7, going to F minor 7. So before, we used the G minor 7 flat 5 to approach the C7. So we use the harmony to function as a G minor 7 flat 5 to go to the C7. What if we replace the function of the G minor 7 flat 5 and use the function of a B flat minor 6 to approach the C7? So the harmony would still resolve with this harmony, just its function would be different. So really quick, let's just think of this harmony as a B flat minor 6. So let's do a 2-5 of B flat minor, and then resolving it as if we were functioning as a G minor 7 flat 5. So we'll go C minor 7 to F7 flat 13 to B flat minor 9, and then resolve the harmony. So really just a 2-5 of B flat minor. Not a minor 2-5, just a 2-5, because we have the C minor 7, not a C minor 7 flat 5. And so again, we'll create a melody to harmonize as we move through these progressions, right? So the melody is going to be Georgia, Georgia. Right, so once again, Georgia, Georgia. Okay, so we're gonna go from A flat to C minor 7 to F7 flat 13 to B flat minor 9, and then to this harmony. So. Okay. Play it one more time. Yeah, so I have my C minor 7, my flat 7, my root, minor 3rd, the 5th, and the minor 3rd on top, and then resolving to an F7 flat 9 flat 13. 3rd, the flat 7, the flat 9, and the flat 13, resolving to a B flat minor 9, flat 7, minor 3rd, 5th, and 9, resolving to what would be a B flat minor 6. Because of the surrounding chords, it would be functioning as that. Right, so with the bass motion of the harmony I'm playing, it would sound like this. Right, so that's how it would function as a B flat minor 6. But we're resolving to a G minor 7 flat 5. Right, so Georgia. when you're able to see the harmony as more than just chords or more than a set of functions, that's really when you start to experience freedom, you know, like harmonic freedom, borrowing from different functions and resolving to the same harmony. Imagine if I took this E flat minor 7 harmony and viewed it as an E flat minor 7 while I had an A flat in the bass, right? Although its function with the A flat in the bass would be an A flat sus, 7 sus 4, but if I viewed the harmony, if I negate what the bass is doing, and I'm just being concerned with the harmony alone, and I view it as an E flat minor 7, then I can approach it like I would normally approach E flat minor 7, right? And how's that? With a 5, with a B flat. So that means that I could go B flat 7 to E flat minor 7 over an A flat bass. Because now I'm breaking down the A flat 7 sus 4 to just an E flat minor 7 harmony. So I'm going E flat minor 7, B flat 7, E flat minor 7, just inverting. Right? And so that's really why that works, is because the harmony does not change. I'm still resolving to this. Which is what really matters. Or what if I wanted to look at this harmony as a B major 9? Right? So I could approach it like I would approach B, which is a 5 away, right? So I would go from F sharp to B. Right? So if I did an F sharp, let's say I did an F sharp 9. And then resolve. So let's try doing that rootless. Over an A flat bass. Okay, so now we're alternating functions, right? So now harmonically this is functioning as a B major 9. But because of what the root is, ultimately is functioning as, in the bigger picture, it's functioning as an A flat 7 sus 4. So let's try this. I'll go back and forth between functions with this E flat harmony idea. So I'll go from having it function like a B major 9 to an E flat minor 7, all resolving over A flat.